your team name, or if you're an individual, have individual written at the top of your card on every single card, including your questions cards. Class 3 will be market hogs. We will not be doing a breeding gilts class because we don't have any breeding gilts on the fairgrounds yet. Class 4, breeding ewes. And this one will be a questions class. Class 4, breeding ewes, and that one will be a questions class. So you will need another one of your little cards. If you don't have those questions cards, you can come up and grab one. Class 5 will be feeder sheep, or performance lambs, whatever you would like to call them. Feeder sheep, yep. Class 5, feeder sheep. And then Class 6, breeding does. Breeding does. All right, we'll go through that class list one more time for you guys. Class 1, breeding heifers. Class 2, market steers, and that's a questions class. Class 3, market hogs. Class 4, breeding ewes. That's also a questions class. Class 5, feeder sheep. Class 6, breeding does. So give us about 10 more minutes and then we will get rolling. Hey, thank you guys all for coming out. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to do something a little different this year, and we're going to bring the livestock to you so they can actually get shown. So we're going to start off, like I said, with our cattle. Here's the deal. We're going to let them come into the ring and kind of get themselves situated. Then I will tell you guys, you can get up, move in. Please be respectful to space between you and the calves. All right? We're going to do 6-minute classes to keep it short and sweet and rolling. And our officials, Colin and Kelsey Carlson, who I will let introduce themselves in 1 second here, will go ahead and give you officials right after the class, except for those 2 classes that we're going to do questions on. They'll ask you the questions directly following the class, and then we'll take that class away. They'll give you officials after those questions cards have been collected. We will have a few workers collecting cards. All right, make sure your card is turned in. It will not be taken once the next class starts. Sound good? All right, if you have a question, just come up here to the desk and we will get it all figured out. But I'm going to turn the mic over to our officials for today real quick.
Well, good afternoon. It's fun to be here and see all the youth out here excited about the future of livestock judging. I was on the 2019 team for Iowa State, and I really wasn't probably that serious about it at this age, but it's really fun to see you guys out here and be excited about it. Kind of a little background on what Kelsey and I do. We raise show heifers back home, run about 15 or 20 cows using AI and embryo technology to raise show heifers for juniors to send all over the country. So we're really excited about that. But Kelsey and I have been all over the country through being on the Iowa State team, judging all sorts of species. So I'm happy to be here. I'll turn it over to Kelsey, and she can talk a little bit about herself.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Thanks again also for coming. I am Kelsey Carlson and I am Colin's sister actually, and so we run and manage our cattle herd back home together. And I was a member of the 2020 livestock judging team at Iowa State University. So we kind of have similar experiences as far as getting the opportunity to judge different species like you guys are being able to do today. So I'm actually still in college at Iowa State. I'm in grad school for agriculture education. So I'm still learning just as much as you guys are. So hope we have fun today and hope you guys learn something.
One last thing, please do not be talking. Do not cheat, all right? Use the honest system with that, and we will go ahead and get started. As we bring in the calves, we're going to let our fair royalty from last year introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, my name is Cale Moffitt. I am the 17-year-old son of Brett and Becky Moffitt. I am currently representing you guys as Mr. Personality, and I represent Akron Westfield FFA.
Hey everybody, my name's Caden Schramm. I'm the 19-year-old son of Ty and Tamara Schramm. I'm representing the Johnson Juniors as the Fair King.
My name is Stacey Tyson. I am 18-year-old daughter of Holly and Richard Tyson, and I'm representing City Yankee Girls, and I'm your unfair princess.
Hi guys, my name is Reagan Peters. I'm the 18-year-old daughter of Chad and Shelly Peters. I'm one of the 2021 Plymouth County Fair princesses, and I'm representing the Union Vikings 4-H Club and the MMCRU FFA chapter.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Spencer. I'm the 18-year-old son of Matt and Nicole Spencer. I am one of the 2021 princes, and I am representing the Lamar's FFA chapter.
All right, numbering. We're going to start on this right-hand side. So number 1, the gentleman in the checkered. 2, gentleman in the blue. 3, lady in the black. 4, lady in the white. So from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys can go ahead and stand up. Let's just not come in any further than about right here. Kind of just draw an invisible line. Again, give the cattle some space. All right, be respectful. They will give you all views, don't worry. Again, for our newbies, this is Class 1 breeding heifers. The numbers go from right to left. Number 1, the man in the checkered shirt. Number 2, gentleman in the blue. Number 3, girl in the black. Number 4, young lady in the white. All right, time is out. Please turn in your cards. Last call to turn in your cards. And then we're going to leave these cattle out here for just 1 second. Let them get started on officials. And then we'll take those calves away, bring out the next set.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and talk the officials on these breeding heifers. We placed this class 4, 1, 2, 3 with cuts of 4, 5, and 3. So we went ahead and started with a 4 heifer over here on the left. We just really think this one, as far as in terms of breeding, she's probably the best built, the most put together in this class, and we think she pretty handedly won the class. We have the 1 heifer in second over here on your far right. She's also probably the other breeding heifer in the class. We like how she's built. She probably just doesn't have the big pieces that put her together like the one that leads the class, but she's still a good breeding heifer to put her in second. The one we had in third was 2, the young man in the blue shirt. This one, we really like her upper rib shape. She's big topped. She's big in her rear. We just don't know. She might come in a more terminal package in terms of in a breeding heifer class. But we still like what she brings as far as condition, as far as being a cow down the road. The one we put fourth in class is the young lady second from the left. This one maybe just gets a little moderate size for us. She's not the one that is built like we want to in terms of breeding heifers. We just wish that she moves good for what she is and what she's carrying, but we just wish her structure was better and she was just more in a feminine package in order to compete any higher in the class. So we sorted this class 4, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right, it'll be just a minute, and then we'll get the market steers in. And do remember, this is a questions class. Market steers, this is a questions class. We will line them up the exact same, and you guys can come down as soon as those cattle get in the ring and get situated. All right, class 2, market steers. Questions, class. Coming in the ring will be 1. Next is 2. Gentleman in the blue shirt, 3. Gentleman in the tan, 4. So wait until they get them positioned, please. All right, you guys can go ahead and move forward if you would like. Again, from right to left, young lady in the black has steer 1, gentleman in the plaid, steer 2, gentleman in the blue is 3. The red calf at the end is 4. Just a friendly reminder, please do not be talking to one another or you will be asked to leave the contest. Okay, time is out. Time is out. Please make sure you turn in that card. And go ahead and get your questions card ready. Go ahead and get your questions card ready. We're going to get these calves out of the ring, and then these guys will ask you those 5 questions and then give officials.
Alrighty, guys, I will be asking you the questions. There will be 5 questions, and just raise your hand or wave at me if you want another one repeated after we're done or after I say it. So just want to make sure you guys all hear them clearly. The first question is, who is the Hereford influenced calf? Which one is the Hereford influenced? All right, moving on. Number 2. Between 2 and 3, who is softer about the center portion of their body and better in their tail head? Between 2 and 3, who is softer about the middle portion of their body and better in their tail head? Moving on to 3. Who am I? Heavy-muscled, clean-fronted, but moderate, not laid down in my tail head and dry about my flank. Again, number 3. Who am I? Heavy-muscled, clean-fronted, but moderate, not laid down in my tail head and dry about my flank. Number 4. Who is the high-performing steer that needs to be more relaxed in his knee and bigger footed? Number 4. Who is the high-performing steer that needs to be more relaxed in his knee and bigger footed? And then number 5. Who has the look to be a show steer, but not enough muscle? Number 5. Who has the look to be a show steer, but not enough muscle? Did you guys get all those? Any need repeated or anything? All right, I'll have Kelsey give the reasons on this class. Yeah.
You guys can go ahead and hand in your question cards. All right, we're going to go ahead and talk the officials of the market steers that you guys just saw. So the official placing for this was 2, 1, 4, 3 with cuts of 3, 4, and 4. So we went ahead and went with the one that we think has the most market quality and is the most market ready, and that would be the semi-influence 2 steer. That one we think is the biggest. It's the most performance. It has the most performance pieces. It's the most market ready. He's a little big in his shoulder, but that just comes with the market package and the amount of muscle and pounds of product that he brings. So we went with the number 1 steer to go second, and that one was the show steer that was in your guys' questions. So we think that one was the show steer, and he was built fine, and we think he got around the ring plenty comfortably. But the issue with him is he just didn't have the muscle and the shape and the pounds of product, honestly, that the 2 steer that we used to start had. For our middle pair, we went 1, 4 with a Hereford in third. We think that just in terms of structure and structural integrity on our bottom pair, that he's probably the one that comes with the most complete structure. Where he probably lacks is also some shape. He doesn't really bring a really cool look from the side or anything. He doesn't really have a whole lot of shape, but he still has the structure in terms of lasting on feed any longer than the 3 steer that we put in last. He's not built correctly. He comes up in his flank. He's high in his tail head. The advantage that he has over the Hereford is he does have some shape on his rear end and a little up high. So our official for this class was 2, 1, 4, 3 with cuts of 3, 4, and 4.
Yeah. And I'll give you the answers here to the questions if I think we got all the questions cards picked up. Number 1 was, who's the Hereford influence calf? That was 4 on the far end. Thought that one was pretty self-explanatory. 2, between 2 and 3, who is softer about the middle portion of their body and better in their tail head? Well, as Kelsey alluded to, the 3 calf was pretty tight, high tail headed and hard about the center portion of his body, so the black and white calf would have been the answer to that one. He was 2. Number 3 was, who am I? Heavy muscled, clean fronted, but moderate, not laid down in my tail head and dry about my flank. That was the 3 steer. 4 is, who's the high performance steer that needs to be more relaxed in his knee and bigger footed? That was the calf that wins the class, the black and white steer. 2. And number 5 was, I have the look of a show steer, but not enough muscle, and that was the 1 steer.
All right, we are going to do market hogs next, and actually we can kind of use you guys a little bit. If you want to make a semicircle around here, we'll walk those hogs around and show you guys. Please make sure that the littler guys, newbies, kind of can get in the front. If you're tall, stand in the back. You will get your shot to see those pigs, but we're just going to make a human gate here. All right, exhibitors, try to hold that number up. We'll get it taped to your back in a second. Gentleman in the gray is showing hog number 4. Gentleman in the brown tan showing hog number 3. Nate, hold your card up. Gentleman in the maroon, number 1. Lady in the pink, 2. So maroon, number 1. Pink is number 2. Tan, number 3. Gray, 4. And we will get those taped to their back in just 1 second. All right, 2-minute warning here. 2-minute warning. Go ahead and get those cards turned in. All right, time is out. Please go ahead and turn in your cards.
Test, test. Very interesting class of Duroc barrows here today. I think it's very challenging sometimes to get a look in a class like this, but Kelsey and I agreed there's probably one thing that you need to do, and send the young ladies to barrow to the bottom. He is no doubt the softest about the center portion of his body. I think I'm very confident in this class. He's also pushing the most condition. He's one that right out of the gate started to fight the whip, and I think that is solely due to his build. He's too far down on his pastern. Needs to be picked up there definitely. A big backed hog that you can really appreciate. Just in terms of build, he's not good enough for me. Pushing way too much condition, fighting the whip because of it. But one, you still got to appreciate how soft he is about the center portion of his body, and that's not a light muscled hog, no doubt. I think there was definitely two barrows that were very close up top. We just decided to start with the one barrow. He, in terms of build, coming from my background, we love to build things from the ground up. I mean, that guy gets out and floats in terms of his build. I love the angles to his shoulder down to his knee. The young man gets him out and drives. He'll hold his head up, really presents himself really good. Start talking about market hog fundamentals. That's a really big back, a really shapely back, yet he's still super lean about his condition. A lot to really like about that barrow there. Then we come around the three barrow next. No doubt, probably just as good built. Right there, probably when he plants, pushes, and drives away from you is where I start to worry. He's got a touch of swelling on his rear right hock, but that's still being ultra picky. Where I'd truly like to change this one is soften him in his ham loin ever so slightly, but yet again, another really heavy muscled hog that's really good jointed. Got to appreciate a lot of things about him too. Young man brings the third place four barrow out here too. That's a really big back. A really probably the best bodied hog in this class. Soft about the center portion of his body. Got enough aggressive turn to the top side of his rib cage there. Build probably sorts him into the bottom pair. You truly start to study the angle of his shoulder into his knee. I just wish there was more flex there. See him drive away from you. I wish there was more flexibility there to his rear hock, but still one that's going to cut with a lot of quality. Still some good market hog fundamentals found there in that barrow. But the final placings on that class, we went with 1, 3, 4, 2. Of cuts of 3, 3, and 4. Again, that placing was 1, 3, 4, 2 with cuts of 3, 3, and 4. A very challenging class.
All right, our next class will be breeding ewes. So again, we'll kind of use this half of the arena. You guys can kind of come down, form that same shape. Hey guys, this is another questions class. On your questions card, please make sure you put your team name or your number. That's going to help us get results in way faster. All right, thank you. All right, we will give you a couple different views here, but gentleman in the blue is number 1. Young lady in the black with hair that is down, number 2. Young lady following her is 3. Gentleman in the green, 4. And this is a questions class as well. So breeding ewes, questions class. We will give you a few different views. Showman, do you want to go ahead and turn your lambs to face them? Give them a front view. Thank you. Again, it's right to left. So number 1, gentleman in the blue. Young lady with her hair down. 2, young lady with her hair up. 3, gentleman in the green is 4. This is a questions class as well. Once you are done, we'll have you return to the bleachers. We'll ask you the questions from the bleachers, just like we did the steers class. Thank you. All right, last call to get your cards in. Last call to get your cards in. We are going to take these guys out of the ring. Then we will do questions. Please remember, put your team name, your name, and your number on your questions card. All right, thank you.
All right, this is going to be a questions class for your breeding ewes. So your first question is, which ewe is Dorset influenced? The first question is, which ewe is Dorset influenced? The second question is, which ewe has the smallest structure and worst build? Which ewe has the smallest structure and worst build? Question number 3. Which one comes with the best structure and is the most complete in her package? Which one is best structured and is the most complete in her package? Question number 4. Which one is balanced from the side, but you get in behind her and she gives up the most width? Question number 4. Which one is balanced from the side, but you get in behind her and she gives up the most width? And question number 5. Who is the most feminine fronted and long necked while still having some chest width? Who is the most feminine fronted and long necked while still having chest width? Does anyone need any of them repeated? Question number 3. Which one is the best structure and is the most complete in her package? Question number 1. Which one is Dorset influenced? And then question number 2. Which ewe has the smallest structure and worst build? Who is the most feminine, this is number 5. Who is the most feminine fronted and long necked and still has chest width? Yes, hold up a number. Question 4. Which one is balanced from the side, but you get in behind her and she gives up the most width? Any more need to be repeated?
Test. Well, definitely interesting class of breeding ewes. It's kind of fun. You know, we had some challenge, and there was some easy things to do, Kelsey and I thought. We thought probably first glance at this class, the easiest thing to do was probably put the blue ewe number 1 on the bottom. That's the smallest, immature, hard-bodied one. Now, is she a throwaway? No, by no means. That's a really feminine-headed sheep, really long-necked sheep. Get around in front of her. She's still got some chest width, but then again, get her on the move. She solidifies herself down there at bottom. Just doesn't get out of her hip and hind leg with any comfort and flexibility, so she's 4th. The next thing, I probably thought about this class, and I like to tell you guys kind of how my thought process goes, because maybe you could learn, something. Because I would have liked, when I was sitting in those seats, for the judge to kind of tell me how he thought through it too. But the next thing I thought was there was 2 ewes that I thought kind of gravitated towards the top. That was the 3 ewe and the Dorset influenced 4 ewe. They were both very, very feminine from the side, no doubt balanced very, very well. What I had decided to go ahead and do was put the 3 ewe on top. That's a really bold-bodied sheep that comes with plenty of muscle. For a ewe that gets out and moves that good and looks that good from the side, it's ultra impressive to still have that much muscle and get out and move that good. So she kind of rose to the top for me. Where I thought things got really challenging as the drive wore on, the Dorset sheep kept working up in my mind. From the side, that's a really, really good looking ewe. Feminine-headed, really long-necked, bold about the center portion of her body. Where I would fix her probably to probably move her on top, just make her structure just a bit bigger, make her foot size just a touch bigger and her bone work just a bit bigger, but a really, really close pair up there on top. Then the last thing I did was put the 2 sheep 3rd. That sheep's really kind of interesting to me. From the side, that one gets to be pretty balanced. She's soft about her center rib, a tall fronted sheep. Where I'd like to change her is from that profile when you're looking right in behind her or right in front of her. She needs to be widthened about her skeleton, just widthened about her pin width, and just wider all the way through her body. She also needs to be intensified in her bone work, but take nothing away. A tall fronted sheep, good enough chested, really good headed, and still lean enough for me. So what we did on the breeding ewes is we went 3-4, 2-1 with cuts of 3, 5, and 3. Again, that's 3-4, 2-1 with cuts of 3, 5, and 3.
Okay, now we're going to go over the officials for the questions for the breeding ewes. So question number 1, which one is Dorset influenced? That was ewe number 4. Question number 2, which ewe has the smallest structure and worst build? That was ewe number 1. Question number 3, which one is the best structured and is the most complete in her package? That was number 3. Question number 4, which one is balanced from the side, but you get in behind her and gives up the most width? That was ewe number 2. Question number 5, who was the most feminine fronted and long necked while still having chest width? That was ewe number 4. Does anyone need any of those repeated?
We are going to move on to our feeder lamb class. They're not going to necessarily show these guys for you, but we will get them out. We will just bring them out, have them 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys can kind of come make that same semicircle that you did for hogs. And then we will let you walk around the front, but just let them get them positioned here real quick, and I'll talk you through which one is which. Again, this is a feeder lamb class. All right, this is the real deal. All right, we'll go from left to right. Left to right. So, young lady on the far left is going to be 1. Gentleman, and right there in the maroon is number 2. Young lady right here, 3. Green is 4. So left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You guys can move around. Hey, give them space. They're feeder lambs, so they're a little jumpy. Okay? All right, you guys can move around. Just remember, give them a little space. Please don't get up close and personal. Thank you. All right, time is out. Please go ahead and get those cards turned in.
Well, a challenging class, but I think it's good for you guys to see something like this because this is real world here, right in front of us. You know, a lot of us are very lucky to get to come to shows like or fairgrounds like this and get to see, you know, livestock with a lot of hair that look really cool. But I think this is a really, really good learning point here in front of you guys because, you know, I think as the lamb deal continues to become bigger and bigger in different parts of the world, we need to truly understand probably the qualities that livestock like this bring to the table. As I kind of glance at this class right away, it sorts into two pairs for me. We sorted 2 and 3 up, or we sorted 2 and 4 up and 1 and 3 down. Stouter, bigger bodied sheep, heavy structured. No doubt, the high efficiency sheep that are definitely softer in the center portion of their bodies. We went ahead and decided to start with 2. You get right on top side of him, big backed, big chested, lots of muscle. We just kind of thought he needed to win. Now, take nothing away from 4. The 4 sheep has got some chest width. Got to appreciate the you know, stoutness that he brings as well. Get right on top of him though. Study down the top side of him. He's probably not as pried apart as the 2 sheep, but definitely some higher quality ones there. As we talk about the 2 bottom sheep, truly they're probably leaner in their design. Just start to talk about what they don't have that the top 2 sheep do. They're probably harder about the center portion of their body, need to be a touch bigger bone, a touch bigger footed, but then again, take them to the rail, the leanness in them will definitely you know, help them grade better. But definitely a challenging class. So on bottom, we ended up going 3-1. So the final placing in that class was 2-4, 3-1 with cuts of 2, 3, and 2. We didn't hurt you too bad. So.
You guys can take those lambs back to the barn. All right, last class, breeding does. You guys can go ahead and come make a semicircle again. All right, and we'll give you guys some different views, tell you the numbers when they get in here. Okay. We're also having a sheep wrangling contest. I'll give you a free shake and grilled cheese coupon to use at the stand if you can catch this sheep. Ready, go. Good job, Ethan. Shout out to our FFA chapters in Plymouth County, though. Go get a grilled cheese and a shake from the stand in Pioneer Village. All right, you guys go ahead and bring in the breeding dose. Gentleman in the green is going to be number 1. Young lady in the yellow, number 2. Young lady in the black, number 3. And older gentleman in the green, number 4. from right to left here. Young man in the green, number 1. Young lady in the yellow, number 2. Lady in the black, number 3. Gentleman in the green, number 4. And we will give you some different views here in just a second. Do you guys want to walk them one more time and pull them into a rear view? All right. Time is out. go ahead and turn in your cards, please. And then we will get you officials on this class. Give us just a little bit. We're going to say 4:15. If you stick around until 4:15, we will do results then. Hang on. If you want to hear officials, we're going to do those quick, and then give these guys a round of applause for being the officials today for us.
Well, before I tell you these last officials, I just want to make sure that Kelsey and I are very open. If you guys want to come up after the contest, ask us questions, that's how you learn. No question's a dumb question. The only question that's a dumb question is the question that's not asked. So I just wanted to make sure that we're very open. We'll be here as long as there's still questions to be asked. So, all right. A very, very good class of breeding does. You come to these county fair livestock judging contests, and sometimes, like at our county, we don't even have enough does to put together a class, and let alone that, find 4 quality ones like that. The first thing I do when I take a glance at this class is I honestly sort the class into 2 pairs. Now, no doubt there is some challenge within the class. The 2 does that I sort up are 2 and 1. There's your really, really big-bodied, broody doe that I still think has enough power to her in the 2 doe, and then in the 1 doe, you got your a bit more moderate size, maybe looks a little younger, later maturing, but that's a really heavy muscled doe that's still so cool looking from the side. Get in behind that one. Really, really bold about the center portion of her body, wide chested, but one that's probably comparative compared to the 2 doe, probably doesn't have the softness that the 2 doe does, but a very, very interesting pair there. What we decided to personally do is use the bigger bodied, broodier 2 doe to go ahead and win the class. Like I said, I kind of explained those 2, so the 1 doe goes second in class. No doubt, I will say the closest pair of the day. Then we get to the other end. The 3 and 4 does also get interesting. Both a lot alike in spots. Tall fronted, really good built, really level from hooks to pins. Where I sort that is the 3 doe right behind her shoulder, gets just a touch weak. When she's standing there on the side, I just like to strengthen her right there behind her shoulder, but one you still got to really, really like. So we put the 3 doe 4th, and the 4 doe, the black and white one, ends up going 3rd. So the final, the official on that class of breeding does goes 2-1, 4-3 with cuts of 2, 3, and 2. A very challenging class. Again, I wanted to say, come up and ask questions. If you didn't understand something or want to argue something, I'm always game for that. So thanks, everybody, for coming. Great day. So thank you.